With the start of 2022, it's time to set the stage for Wild Rift esports, and what better setting could any League of Legends fan ask for than a T1 game against another well-established Korean Pro League of Legends team. The rivalry between T1 and Liiv Sandbox has been going on for years, and now it has made its way into Wild Rift. They faced off during the WCK Wild Rift Champions Korea, and Yi showed everybody how to play Jax. You're going to witness a Korean masterclass of jungling with Jax. If that wasn't enough already, you'll learn about split-second decision making, how to avoid fights and scale, getting the most gold in the fastest way possible, and how to come back from a deficit. At the moment, the most typical jungle clear is a full red side clear into scuttle transition. Depending on the position of the minion wave in mid, it's not rare to see both junglers face off for a brief 2v2 in the mid lane and then transition towards a safe scuttle crab. This clear grants the most information and safety alike and guarantees a smooth transition through the early stages of the game. There's one clear goal in mind whenever you pick Jax, and T1E showcases exactly what you have to do. Focus on your gold income. This champion is an absolute powerhouse when given gold and time to scale. This game is a bit special though. T1 has a Yuumi in the Baron lane, which is a ranged character and is able to bully melee champions relatively easy. Given the fact that Yuumi is allowed to freely deal with the wave as she pleases, she's able to set up something very powerful when combined with a jungler. Rather than just going for the scuttle crab after fully clearing the red side jungle, Yi decides to skip the crab. But why does he do that? Pay close attention to the wave state in the Baron lane. It's a massive wave that's slow pushing into the Garen. While that wave is pushing towards Garen, Yuumi is constantly harassing him while even using the ignite to lower the healing from the honey fruit. All this is done for the Jax, who has paid close attention to the map and is already on the way to initiate a dive. Also worthy of note is that the Fiora was spotted on the other side of the map, which makes the Garen extra vulnerable for specifically that type of play. As Jax, you have a variety of tools at your disposal you can use to catch champions. In this case, Yi knows that Garen still has his flash, therefore there's no reason to immediately use his third ability Counter-Strike to lock him down. Thanks to the power of red buff, he's able to just jump into the Garen's face and slow him. Consequently, the Garen is forced to react with his flash. Now with all the information presented, there's no threat for both the Yuumi and the Jax at this time. All they have to do is stop Garen from running back into the tower's safety. Sadly, they overestimate the enemy's power and let the Garen get too close, and the play turns into a rather bloody mess. Nonetheless, they still end up killing the Garen, which makes him lose roughly 2.5 waves. So in terms of economy, Yi just crushed the Garen's existence. As the game goes on, you want to ideally put yourself into a side lane to accumulate gold. You want to circle farm your jungle while soaking lane experience and gold as well, as your champion scales brutally into the later stages of the game. Specifically for this game, this strategy is extra powerful. The reason for this is the Yuumi pick for T1. She allows Yi to permanently farm her lane while getting jungle camps without losing anything, as she's eternally attached to him. Rather than fighting for an uncontestable objective, Yi uses this window to hop into a side lane and push minion waves into the enemy tower. After doing so, he quickly hides in a brush and waits for an opponent to appear. Now it's time for an ambush, and its poor victim Gragas walks too close. Thanks to Jax's abilities Leap and Counter-Strike, the Gragas is forced to commit both his Stasis enchant and ultimate ability to just survive. Even with the backup arriving in time, it's not possible for them to stop Yi from escaping. A Jax with a Yuumi is just too slippery. Next up comes the highlight of this game, the dance of the Elder Dragon. Losing the Elder would result in a tragedy, however no team can just recklessly make a move. They have to wait until they're presented with an opportunity. While Jax is hitting the Elder Dragon, the enemy finally pulls the trigger. The Gragas flash body slams into two of his teammates, and Yi is thrown away by Gragas' ultimate ability, Explosive Cask. As the initial wave of crowd control spells is used on his teammates, there's no more reason to hesitate for T1's jungler. He immediately flashes back into the action and begins his retribution arc. Look closely, there's nothing available anymore that could stop the Jax from going on a rampage. Bonk by bonk, they're getting removed from the Wild Rift and sent back into the fountain to pray that they're given yet another chance to win. The end of the game is drawing dangerously close, and we've already surpassed the typical length of a Wild Rift game by a lot. Not only that, but T1 also wields the most powerful buff in the game, the Elder Dragon. In this case, it's just the Elder Mountain Dragon without any other dragon to enhance its terrifying power. But don't be mistaken, it is still absolutely broken. Knowing about this dragon's power, Liiv Sandbox Gaming feels forced to make a move as they spot Diana, who is stuck dealing with a massive minion wave in the side lane. In expectation of such a play, he however is already in position to respond in proper fashion. Patiently waiting for backup to arrive, he sits in a brush ready to leap strike in at a moment's notice. As Alistar places down the ward into the Baron pit, he calmly analyzes the situation, and with the Baron Nashor below 4000 HP, he makes the decision to take action. Pre-channeling his third ability Counter-Strike and leap striking into the pit make up for the perfect opener. That and the assistance of Yumi's ultimate ability push the enemy into one spot, which makes it too easy for the Alistar to follow up on. The fight instantly develops into an all-out brawl. However, against all odds, he is able to stay composed and find the most optimal moment to smite the objective. With the Elder and the hand of the Baron buffs, there's only one thing left to do: cleaning duty. Sandbox formation and hopes are utterly crushed as he walks over them without any mercy on his way to end the game. After this incredible comeback, it's time to recap on Guías' performance. After a reckless early game that backfired on T1, he managed to slow the game down and wait for his champion to turn into an unstoppable beast. One might even say he turned into the unkillable Demon King faker himself. Like a phoenix from the ashes, he rose once more to send LSB back into their fountain and presented us with a comeback you rarely get to witness. Even though he slowed the game down, he still managed to get 100% kill participation and dealt over 1100 damage per minute. You want to see more Korean Wild Rift? Then make sure to check out the upcoming matches in the WCK Spring playoffs. You're going to see great esports dynasties fight for their place against new and upcoming Korean talent. Ready? Because we got next. All you have to do is tune into the original broadcast over at the official LCK_Korea Twitch channel. If you want more WRE content, follow Wild Rift Esports on social media to stay up to date with the best gameplay in 2022. Thank you for watching and see you soon for more WRE content.